Hello everyone, Grandmaster Varakobian here. I'll be covering the round 1 game from the GM 1000 GM event, and the game I'm going to show you is the game between Gauri Shankar and Camille Dragoon. Camille Dragoon is the highest ranked player in a tournament, and he started off with a pretty smooth victory against Gauri. So let's take a look at this game. So knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6, 3. So we have basically um,
Catalan, yeah.
Catalan type of position and Queen's Indian setup.
This is
And
what
now
I play
knight
for
e4.
white, yeah.
Yeah. So bishop goes on d2, and now he played the move f5. This is still theory, and immediately we see the move d5 played by Gauri Shankar. He could have also played something like queen c2, which I've implemented before with the idea of to play rook a d1. So I've done this idea before myself.
Is it
So
for
it's
rook
also
lift?
playable. Yeah.
Like, yeah, to
No,
get your rook.
queen c2, and then you put the rook on d-file, and then you develop the pieces. But instead, he decided to opt for immediate d5, David 5. So yeah, it looks fine, obviously. So queen c2. So we get now into this position. The reason I wait a little bit before playing d5, because now in this particular line, it's just going to be
It simplifies
yeah,
like a lot really quickly, right?
yeah,
So it's just not as much potential for a win. Or
yeah.
is it more drawish typically?
hmm Yeah, I mean, but here in this line, for example, black wins a pawn, but I think there's good compensation here still, very very good
I
compensation
like the white
because of the
squared bishop
bishops.
for
Sure.
yeah.
But somehow you will see, Camille Dragoon is going to just consolidate the position. So he goes 94, takes, d6, and that's why I don't push the pawn on d5. Though this breakthrough with d5 was a bit too early, in my opinion. I thought, just a little bit more preparation. Queen c2, okay, a little bit more preparation would have been more important.
And like keeping tension and options because
Exactly,
you can't take a pawn move back.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And now here we basically get this position, 94, d6, and now, as you can see, a couple of moves later, now black is totally fine. Is consolidated, and now rook d1, queen f7. Now putting pressure on a2, rook c8. It's important to keep the pawn on c7 because if you push the c pawn, then d6 is going to start hanging. So he wants to. Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
He wants to wait on that. So that's why he plays the move rook c8, bishop e4, pawn takes e4, and now the light squares are going to be weak. And now, boom. Now the pawn avalanche, the central pawn avalanche, is going to start going through c5, attacking the rook. And now look at that beautiful,
Ooh,
beautiful
that
pawn chain.
spike.
And the bishop is already here. So this is clear indication that now black is doing extremely well. Gauri
Um,
tried to break the center, which is very important because otherwise it's just going to die without any counterplay. So he went for b4, trying to break the position. But now looks here. So apparently this was not the best move here. There were other good moves in this position, but
I like the practicality of it. It's creating like
yeah, he
inevitable
wants to
threats.
create
Yeah.
a threat. Yeah, computer doesn't, But again, these players are not, they're just playing over the board. It's not, you can't play all computer moves.
Well, I also
So
feel that like when I was doing my analysis last night, I was seeing a lot of times where the computer would do a huge swing, and I think it was a blunder, and I'd look at it and be like,
mhm.
for a person to see this idea, even the top players in the world, is ridiculous because it just breaks so many
Yeah,
natural laws of chess that we all follow that
absolutely,
sometimes a practical idea is just way more important than a robot sequence that's 20 moves
absolutely.
deep.
Like for example, here computer suggestion is, not the most human move, bishop c4, but
Yeah,
basically
very,
he wants to put a
yeah.
bishop here to blockade a c file and then put pressure. So that's what he's trying to do.
So I think a person could find that move, but if like, but it's we don't want to hold these players to an
Yeah,
account where they're
like
trying to be computer perfect
yeah,
because that's like a ridiculous. I feel like
you
there's like a
can't.
lot of
Yeah,
armchair players where they
exactly.
see the eval bar and they think they understand because the thing moved that someone made a big mistake. But I feel like practically speaking, with a lot of opening choice as well, you might want
Yeah,
to go for more practical threats than like these computer theoretical
absolutely,
threats. So
absolutely. So he played e4. Yeah, and this is just winning. Bishop c4 would have won the game easier. But again, practicality. Yeah, I would say this was the critical part. So it was here, takes, and now winning the exchange. But actually, there is some compensation here. After this, there's just there's some ideas. So queen there's a2, bishop e3,
Nice little
e5,
blockade.
h4, a4. And I want to show you the end of this game because it was, again, once again here, the better try would have been maybe to take a3 and but he went here. Yeah, I think maybe trading would have been good, but he
Yeah,
went here
because yeah. Oh,
and
trading for white would be good here. Just like
or
just try
queen
to
d2,
settle in.
or queen d2 perhaps. He could have done
Yeah,
this as well,
I feel
but he
like
went here
it's not
and
very intuitive to trade down when you're down the
uh,
exchange. Yeah.
take. And now at the end, actually, yeah, this was just a blunder and in time pressure and luck won the game.
Well,
So that's the
there's
end of
a
this game. Mhm.
there's a Magnus Carlsen quote that I wanted to ask you about that I thought was interesting. He said that for top players, you just need to put 10 big threats on the board, and eventually a person will eventually just blunder like any other
Absolutely.
person. Like it's not about like they always win in some beautiful Zutzfanged 20 move brilliancy. It's like I just put so many threats that your brain eventually didn't know how to respond to these
Uh-huh.
threats, and then you just blundered a rook or something. Does that happen even at the GM level?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It happens all the time. Mistakes always occur. Absolutely. All right. All right. Good job. So
This is
this will
great.
be the recap for this game, the game between Gauri Shankar and Camille Dragoon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, GM
All right.
Markovian.
Absolutely.
See you
More
next one.
more recaps of the other games